What is step 4 in the 8-step pattern? Better yet, what is the 8-step pattern, right? For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jeff Gamble. I am actually a traditional business owner, former network marketer, and currently a John C. Maxwell speaker, trainer, and coach. And today, what we're going to go over is what is step 4 of the 8-step pattern. Well, the 8-step pattern was actually something that was developed by a guy by the name of Dexter. Dexter actually is still in the industry inside of the largest network marketing company in the world. They have the highest volume at this point and have produced probably the highest number of millionaires ever in the industry. It's a company that's been around a long time, a lot of success. And Dexter actually holds the record for earning the most money ever in the industry. It exceeds $400 million in total commissions. And what he did is to build that organization that he, is 2/3 of the company, both from inside and outside. I've been told that. I haven't actually asked him personally, but he references it as well as the company references it, so I'm pretty sure he's dead on. He said these are the 8 steps. Number 1, define your dream. Number 2, make some commitments. Number 3, make your list. And number 4, what we're going to talk about today is contacting and inviting, which is something that everybody has a question with, like, how do I introduce this to people? What do I say? How do I say it? And Dexter had some really, really good ways to do this. He would just say, get them over to your house. I'll be back in 30 days. That used to work. Doesn't work too well anymore. When Dexter started, there was no such thing as cell phones. There was no such thing as voicemail. There was no such thing as FaceTime. There was no such thing as Instagram. There was no such thing as the internet when he got started, or at least the internet that me and you know. So we're going to go with something that's very simple and very easy, something that I've been able to teach to a ton of people. People use it both with the companies that I've been with. People have taken it outside of this. You can really use it with anything, but it's the simplest, easiest contact that I've ever seen. And I've been in the industry a while. I wish it was something somebody would have taught to me, but it was something that I actually figured out over a long, long time of screwing up contacting and inviting. Screwing up contacting and inviting usually goes something like this. You'll pick up the phone, you're nervous, you don't know what to say, and you call your friends. I did this, and I'd be like, hey, I found a way to make a bunch of money, and you'd be interested in too. You should get in. You should get in the way I got in. You should get started in this. We're going to make a ton of money. Money, 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 and then some more money. And the person's like, who the hell is this, and why are you calling from my friend's phone? It didn't work out at all. I have friends that still 20 years later will not call me back. I have people that actually remember. They remember those first few phone calls. I actually ran into somebody 20 years later, and they're like, oh yeah, I remember when you called me in high school and you told me blah, 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 that it was going to happen, and this, that, and the other thing. They're like, how did that thing work out? I was like, I made $250,000. And they were like, well, shit. I guess I should have done something. I'm like, I guess you should have, but it's 20 years later. What are you doing now? And we had a different conversation. So let's get into this contact. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, it might help. This is a simple, easy contact, but sometimes it's something you might want to write down. It starts out like this. Can you do me a favor? So no matter who I'm talking to, if I'm calling my mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, somebody that you know, I can even Facebook this. I can text it. Hey, can you do me a huge favor? And I wait for a response. They're like, yeah, what's up? I say, I want to tell you what I'm working on outside of. Now, you need to insert whatever you do. If you're at a job, say outside of my job, and you don't have to tell them what your job is. You say, hey, outside of my job, I want to tell you what I'm working on. If you're in school and you're a student, this works great because you're like, hey, I want to call you and tell you something I'm working on outside of school. And, mom, dad, brother, sister, grandma, grandpa, everybody's interested in what you're doing outside of school. If you're in school, what are you doing? I say, well, I want to tell you about what I'm working on outside of school. Watch this. Here's the point. So if that has to be there. So if you run into the right person, you can refer them to me. And people are like, okay, basically understand at this point you haven't said anything other than you want a favor, you want them to listen, and you want them to refer. Those are the 3 things. Listen, I want to tell you what I'm doing, and I want you to refer. You did not say join. I didn't say this is the best company on the planet. I didn't say network marketing. I didn't say I got in business. I didn't say I spent a bunch of money. I didn't say I went to a meeting. I didn't say I met a millionaire. I didn't say I rode in a Ferrari. I didn't say I was going to buy an island. I didn't say that I was going to have a jet someday. I didn't say I was going to make more money than Donald Trump or, Bill Gates or any other billionaire. I didn't say that it's a billion-dollar industry. I didn't say that it's phlegmatic, aging, nuclear waste, aluminum foil, pens, energy drinks, any of that shit. That sounds crazy. You sound like an idiot usually when you talk to people like that. I just say, can you do me a favor? I want you to listen to what's going on, so if you run into the right person, you can refer them to me. Your family will refer you to people if you don't sound crazy. Your family will refer you to people if you contact them the right way. Your family and friends will be okay with what you're doing if you talk to them the right way and say, hey, now here, this gets into kind of more of the, not the inviting stage, but more of the presenting stage, which we're going to actually go over in another video. But really quick, I was in school. It's a story. Hey, I was in school. I was looking for something. A friend of mine actually called me and told me about this. And, the 3 things that I was looking for while I was in school was I was looking for something that I could do part-time. I was looking for something that I could make money at. And I was looking for something that kind of was working with some good people. And this friend of mine was a good person, and he shared this with me. So here's kind of the story of the background of what we're working on, and then I tell the story of the company. How did the company come to be? If you don't know how your company got started, go look it the fuck up. Learn where you guys came from. Who started it? Why did they start it? What industry did they go into? What did they do well at before? A guy was just telling me this, and I said, well, tell me the whole thing. And I went online, I read about his company, and I told him the story. He said, shit, I want to get in with you. And I'm like, I'm not even in the business. What he's in, I'm not in any business. I resigned from MLM. Why? So I could coach. Because if you're coaching person in this company and you're coaching person in this company and I'm in a third company, then everybody's like, I'm going to join you. It's against principle. So I just got out so that way I could just coach, because that's what I really wanted to do. Back to the point. Ask for a favor. Ask them to listen. Ask them to refer. So once I'm done doing that, then it becomes really easy. I'm like, here's my story. Here's the story of the company. We're looking for 2 kinds of people. What are the 2 kinds of people we're looking for? We're looking for customers. We're looking for customers, people who, the service makes sense to or the product makes sense to. And the second thing is we're looking for reps. So here's where the invite comes in. I say, so now that you know a little bit about what we do, I actually wanted to invite you to actually try what we have, and I wanted you to meet some of the people. Difficult? No. Hard? No. It's simple. I wanted you to meet some of the people we work with. What are you doing tomorrow? What are you doing tonight? I wanted you to listen. I wanted you to get on this call. So the whole idea is now you're inviting them to what? Third party. You're inviting them to an event. You're inviting them to a phone call. You're inviting them to a webinar. You're inviting them to go look at the video. I wanted to invite you to kind of see what we're doing, and then we'll move on to the next step. So that's really it. That's what we do. That's how we do it. People are like, it's not that difficult. Now, those are people you know. People you know. What I'm talking about is somebody new getting started. Now, there's a whole nother video and a whole nother speech on what to say to somebody you don't know. Because somebody you don't know, you're like, hey, dude, I need a favor. I need you to listen to what I'm doing outside of work. And they're like, boom, and punch you in the face. And just weird stuff happens. And they're like, I don't even know you. Why would I give you a favor? No, I'm not doing any favors for you. I don't even know you. So there's a whole nother way to contact people you don't know. That's not this video. These are people you know. This is what we call warm market. The cold market, which is people you don't know, is a whole nother speech. So, I need a huge favor from you guys. Here's the favor I need. Please like this video if you got something out of it. Comment if you have a question or you liked it, and share it with somebody who needs it. That would help me out a lot. I'd really appreciate it. And if you need any additional help, feel free to inbox me. I'll get you that. And I want to thank everybody for watching. And the main thing is I hope you go out and crush this. I hope you have success. I want you to have success prospecting. I want you to have success recruiting. And I definitely want you to have success building a big, profitable team. So with that, guys, go out and make it happen. Appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks.